Hey, it's AW, and we back today, guys. And today I want to discuss and compare the cosmologies of Bleach and Naruto. I was searching through YouTube and I noticed a video that attempts to make sense of the Baryon mode Naruto defeating Ichigo. Before we can even consider a debate between Naruto and Ichigo, we have to see if their cosmologies are even comparable. The Naruto cosmology does possess multi dimensions and worlds, but to what extent? We first have to do some research. We know for sure that there are alternate dimensions from the main dimension of Naruto, as shown when Kaguya was capable of traveling to six dimensions by utilizing the space-time ninjutsu, thus making seven known dimensions if you include Kaguya's main dimension and Naruto's home dimension. It should be noted that only Atsuki members can easily transfer these dimensions at will, as it's seen that these dimensions are extremely far from each other, as stated by Obito. So he was very amazed that Kaguya had so much control over these dimensions that she was able to transfer them instantly. We also have to include Momoshiki's planet or dimension also in that, making that eight known dimensions, including Obito's pocket dimension, forcing it to be nine worlds or nine dimensions within the Naruto verse. And if we were discussing a different shonen other than Bleach, then we might be singing a different tune. Bleach, as most Bleach scholars know, is a superverse. There are well over nine dimensions or worlds, especially if you include the pocket dimensions such as the Fullbringer capabilities and the Dangai world. The Dangai world floats inside the world of void known as Gargantua. So you see how large the Bleach verse really is compared to the Naruto verse. All of the worlds of Bleach reside in Gargantua and they all have their own timelines. Some time doesn't even exist in, such as the Dangai, or it flows differently. If we compare Naruto's Earth and Kaguya's dimensions with Hell, Hueco Mundo's Soul Society, and Ichigo's Earth, Ichigo's cosmology is clearly larger, as Naruto's cosmology could easily fit into Gargantua. That's not even mentioning the different dimensions within the Soul Society itself, as the prison Mukin, where Aizen was being held prior to the Thousand Year Blood War arc, was also introduced. Mukin is also a world of void, but clearly is smaller than Gargantua or the Dangai, but resides in the Soul Society. So you know a cosmology is huge when the main dimensions have pocket dimensions. And some of the side characters are able to access certain dimensions and pocket dimensions as well. It shouldn't take a rocket scientist to see that the Bleach cosmology is much larger than Naruto's. The other key thing to note is that most of the characters of Naruto are unable to access the multi dimensions at will. Unlike within the Bleach verse, as Yuhaba and his Stern Riders were easily seen transversing between Hueco Mundo and the Soul Society. Most of the Bleach characters' high speed movement techniques are superior to the movement techniques of Naruto characters. Even the Hokage level ninjas such as Tsunade and Kakashi do not compare to some of the weaker level Gote 13 speed levels. Not to mention Ichigo's son is capable of instantly opening portals to other worlds without even utilizing Shupo or any other known high speed movement currently, which will make him very interesting to scale when we see him in real combat and his battle prowess flourishes. One thing to note is that if you don't have the space-time ninjutsu within the Naruto verse, you are the majority of characters within the Naruto verse that is incapable of even accessing any of Kaguya's worlds and dimensions. This also includes any pocket dimensions as well. If you do not have the space-time ninjutsu, you cannot travel. While many of the Bleach characters are able to access different worlds using different forms of movement and transportation and teleportation, this brings us to a clear and obvious conclusion that only a few high-level characters in the Bleach verse and the Naruto verse could understand, which basically means that Bleach cosmology, the dimensions and worlds are farther from each other than the Naruto cosmology. due to how large the Bleach verse truly is. The Bleach verse has more than 9 worlds or 9 dimensions. This also brings us to a clear and obvious conclusion that only a few high level characters in Naruto could compete with the majority of the Bleach combatants. For example, when Madara brought down that meteorite on the Shinobi Alliance and utilized the Tege Shinsei, we've already seen that within Bleach. And Zaraki Kenpachi, I know for a fact there are 4 captains, including Zaraki Kenpachi, from the post Captain Yamamoto death of the Goatee 13, that could easily destroy Madara's meteor. With Zaraki Kenpachi being the first that comes to mind, as he was easily able to destroy Grimmy's meteor with one arm, while Onoki, the Kaze barely was capable of stopping one of Madara's meteors. Obviously, when Madara absorbed the tree, he had attained a power beyond his base form, but even in Madara Otsutsuki form, he still was not physically stronger than Zaraki Kenpachi and even some of the other Goatee 13 members. As you can see, my guy was easily overpower him after he unlocked all 9 of the gates. We have to understand that Madara will still have problems with at least 2 captains in Bunkai form. While I am very impressed with Naruto and Sasuke's capabilities at the end of Naruto, the cosmology of the verse isn't larger than the Bleach verse, as only Otsutsuki members are capable of defeating the Goatee 13 captains, or higher level beings such as Aizen and Yuhaba. Understanding and being able to compare other verses' cosmology is just as important as comparing the characters, as by comparing the cosmology, it will generally tell you if 2 characters should even be placed in the ring together. Please don't misunderstand me, power scalers. Just because a cosmology is smaller than another does not mean those characters can't compete with larger cosmologies. Characters, but it does decrease the pool of characters you are able to power scale against the characters of the larger cosmology. 9 times out of 10, if a cosmology is significantly smaller than another cosmology, 9 times out of 10, if a cosmology is significantly smaller than another, then the smaller cosmology usually has less powerful characters than the larger cosmology. Power scaling and analysis still should be used, as every character is different, and even characters from smaller cosmologies can defeat those from larger ones. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and give me your analysis. And this is AW, and I'm out.